So something else I wanted to cover was a story I saw yesterday, and just to highlight something that goes on in this country unchecked. So I think this was the tweet I saw that sparked that. I saw it and I was like, "What is it?" And I followed the link, clicked the link, and it led to this page, change.org website. Get TJ justice. I read it, and honestly, it's a very tragic story. I will leave a link in the description below so that anyone who wants to also sign the petition and be part of and also understand the story. So basically, in summary, this is a young man who is one of the founders of a tech startup in Nigeria here. He came out of the gym and was heading home on his power bike or something like that. Then a lady who was an executive of just a lady driving her car. I don't know if it was against traffic or she was alongside traffic. I cannot exactly say. I don't know exactly. Let me see if I can quickly find out. But let me just give a quick summary of that. So basically, the lady hit the guy and he was terribly injured on the road. So um assistant should have been provided for him, but apparently she refused to take him to the hospital after knocking him down. And she was with a friend. Even the friend also refused to take him to the hospital, and they didn't want to. They apparently or allegedly they didn't want to get their car seats stained with blood. So they knock him down. They don't want to get their car seats stained with blood. So passerbys, good Samaritans had to find an Uber to take him to the hospital. They took him to the hospital. The first hospital rejected him. The second hospital rejected him. Then they came back to the scene and took the woman and forced her to accompany them to the hospital also. Maybe that will, uh, because sometimes the problem with Nigerian hospitals oftentimes is that they are reluctant to handle cases that are criminal. So someone comes in with a gunshot wound because of issues with the police and whatnot. They don't like to handle such cases. So I believe the rationale there was let them get this woman so that they know that this person wasn't hurt by anything criminal, so that it was an accident and the hospital can attend to him. So by the time they took him to the other hospital, he died, unfortunately. So the lady was arrested and has been released already, and she was charged with reckless driving. And the family and the friends want to ensure that the woman is charged for at least manslaughter. Because if you are recklessly driving and you hit someone and the person dies, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but isn't that, I don't know, isn't that manslaughter or something like that? Apparently, they charged her with reckless driving and she has been released. She was invited to the police station again, and she's nowhere to be seen. So this is just to raise awareness towards the incident. It's quite unfortunate that this man's life has been cut short. And I don't want to sound insensitive when I say this, but this happens every day in Nigeria. It happens at an alarming rate. The reason why I am even telling you this story, the reason why you probably would have heard this story is because this man is also a popular, well-to-do, wealthy man. It is unfortunate, but that is the truth. The reason why you are even hearing this story is because this man has influential friends, has family members who care about him, thankfully, and he's also part of he's basically he's a well he's a good he has done well for himself. He's in the upper echelon of Nigerian society. That's why you are hearing of it. These things happen on a daily basis without repercussion. Because tell me how you let's remove the aspect of the that someone was knocked down or whatever, or how faulty the system is. Let's look at this. Let's strip everything to the barest minimum. Talk about you as a human being. You knock somebody down. Let's even say you did not knock the person down. Are you telling me that there is no way you can offer aid? that you lock yourself in your vehicle for hours, for like, yeah, let me say hours, for a long time, because you do not want to render aid. Also, in her defense, and this is the only defense I'll provide here, the moment she opens that door, Nigerians oftentimes can be very violent in such situations. I have experienced it. If you open that door and you say pick him, you will be hit with a very terrible slap from nowhere, and the matter will escalate. That is the truth. That is the only defense I'll provide here. But defense, your action should be measured. And what do you mean by measured action here? You know that you are responsible for this. It behoves you to go the extra mile, even if it will endanger your person, to make sure that man gets assistance. That is your responsibility towards him for knocking him down and at that point almost killing him and eventually killing him. You must have a sense of responsibility to see that he's attended to. That is the bottom line. See the young man, vibrant man who had his life ahead of him. Unfortunate. Yes, he's the co-founder of this company, Bumpa. Bumper. And I saw in the comment section somewhere that he just came back into the country. He was in Canada. He just came for a visit, and this is what happened to him. Kai. There are several facets to this story. One, you come down to a visit to the country and you're met with this tragedy. So sad. Two, the callousness of Nigerian society. And it is this. Let me tell you the problem with it. There's in the woman's mind, there is a part of her mind that she knows she will get away with it. If you think about it. There's this segment, there's this part of her. And as time goes, it grows, it grows, it grows, it grows. She knows she will get away with it. Inside that car, she's making calls. She's calling her lawyer. She's calling the police. She's calling her uncle, who will call the police. She's calling her friend, who knows the police, who knows this person, who knows the doctor, who knows the lawyer, who knows this, who knows the PR person, to spin the narrative, to do damage control. She knows she will get away with it. It's Nigerian society now. Uh-uh. That is it. The third thing I want to highlight here is our Nigerian medical society. We should do better. Now, in defense of the medical society, and this is the only defense I will provide, just so that there's context. I don't like one-sided narratives. Not all hospitals are equipped to handle emergency cases. If you go to some places, they just want you to come. There are some kind of cases they can't handle, emergency. And also because of a lot of hospitals are afraid of harassment from the police, harassment from Nigerians, harassment from like lawsuits. When I mean harassment from the police, I mean in cases like a criminal event, they don't want a situation whereby they are unjustly cited as accomplices. And thankfully, the Nigerian police force has been emphasizing that is not the case. But I don't know why they are not taking that on board. So that is just one. Now, let's assume that a hospital is not equipped for emergency services. But you, as a medical personnel, should be equipped for human stabilization. Stabilization. You should be able to stabilize a patient. There is no way someone comes in through your door and you don't stabilize the patient. What are you telling me? It makes no sense. There must be a way for someone to be stabilized first. Then treatment can commence. That is how it's done. If it's to stop bleeding, put pressure on the wound. We don't do. Put pressure on the wound. Do something about it. We're just there. We're just there. I cannot. We can't, we no fit handle am, no be our matter. Carry am go here, carry am go there. Stabilize the patient first. Stabilize the patient first. No, you want the person to go. 4, there is a collective illiteracy among Nigerians, especially when it comes to how to help someone who has been injured. I'm sorry that sounds harsh, but that is the gospel truth and nothing but the truth. We are so ill-informed. So ill-informed. Most Nigerians, in fact, 99.9% of Nigerians cannot perform a CPR. I'm sure someone is in the comment section talking about how even in America, how many people can perform CPR. I'm not interested in what goes on in other places. We as a people have to have this sense of, we have to have pride in ourselves and stop using ourselves, do unnecessary comparative analysis with other people around the world, because those people are far better than us, if you are being honest. Let's focus on ourselves for now. We can't CPR, we can't. You'll see someone dying on the floor who can be saved, and we are all, me inclusive. I'm talking about myself too. I'm an idiot. If that's what to make you accept what I'm saying, include me in the conversation. We collectively look at people and we can't offer reasonable help. CPR, compressions, we can't. There was a case where I saw someone was drowning. They put the person on the back. I was running up and down like idiots. I was like, what is this? Drop this person, elevate the leg or something. Compressions, where are we? Nothing. The next thing we term it as what's it called? A spiritual attack. Madam, Oga, this is your brain. And also it is part of the failing of the Nigerian educational system. But anyway, I'm going too off topic with this. It's unfortunate that this young man has lost his life. And one of the things you have to understand as a Nigerian is, do not fail to say the truth when you say it, because it doesn't happen to you today, it doesn't mean it's going to happen to you tomorrow.